Well, hello and welcome back, and thank you for coming back. Today we're in downtown Kato Paphos and we're just off Bar Street, and I'm hunting Miss Oching Rasivula. I think that she's practicing her yabba dabba doing. Rasivula, what have you got to say?
Hello everybody, how nice to see you again and again.
And again.
Yabba dabba doing.
She's been yabba dabba doing in the Flintstones bar, which is this bar here, which is a very, very nice bar in downtown Kato Paphos.
Very nice.
So how'd you go? Yabba dabba do.
Yabba dabba do.
Yabba dabba do. Is it open? What time does it open? What time do you open? 6 o'clock. So about 6 o'clock, he's going to open up, and we're going to come and do a bit of yabba dabba doing, and maybe have a drink or two, and maybe a bite to eat. Now that over there is the Dionysus Hotel, isn't it?
Yeah.
The rear of it. Very, very nice hotel indeed. And then here is the Delegate Indian Restaurant, which obviously specialises in Indian food. And then on the left-hand side here is the Democritus Restaurant, which is getting ready to open for business. Which we can see the man is mopping the floors and the music is playing. Now that restaurant is apparently the oldest taverna in the whole of the Paphos district, and apparently it was founded in 1971, or so the sign tells us. There you go. The oldest traditional taverna, established in 1971. So across the road there, LaBouffe, what's that restaurant called?
Alkion Tavern.
That's the Alkion Taverna restaurant.
It's
a steakhouse, and it does international cuisine. So we are at the bottom of what's commonly known as Bar Street, and there is Miss Oching Rasivula's favourite bar, which is the Robin.
Good.
The Robin Good.
Robin is always good.
The Robin is always good. Have you heard that, Pain Boys? The Robin is always, always good. And she's going to rob you blind, well, that's for sure.
Yeah,
Is that
but
right?
also we have a Robert is a name. We thought it's a Robert. The name of him was not Robin because he was Robin. We thought Robert, his name, Robin.
Right.
Yeah.
That's confused Russians for you, for sure. Anyway, I've educated a bit. To the left of us here is the Tropical Nights Bar, which is now open. We know it's open because we drove past here the other night, and, well, let's say it was certainly kicking, that's for sure. Very nice bar indeed, actually. Quite tranquil, quite calm, but with some nice music and a nice vibe going on. Red Lion Bar, that one's open. And then next door to that is the VIP 7 Club, which opens up at around about 11. And if you want to party all night, well, guess what? You can. And then on that side, once you finish your partying, you can pop into the church and, shall we say, repent all of your sins. Now, watching Rasivula,
Yeah, I was going to say,
what have you got to
just
say?
took it off my tongue, the word you say. We both think in the same way, by the way. That through the night, whatever sins you've done, in the morning you can pray, God, forgive me my this and that.
Well, luckily for me, I don't commit many sins, although I'd like to. Right, LaBouffe, where are you going to take
We're
us to?
thinking the same.
We're thinking the same. We often think on the same vibe, that's for sure. Now, this bar here is a very, very popular bar, and it's a huge bar, by the way. It covers almost half the street. I'm going to cross the road to give you a very, very good view of it, because someone is going to arrive here very, very soon, and someone, this is their favourite bar. So wait for it. Here it comes. One of the most famous bars in the whole of Paphos, with Sally Briars. There it is. So that is the Flyers Bar, which is Miss Sally Briar's favourite bar, and I'm sure she's going to take the wonderful Mr. Matt in there, and they're going to party the night away and have a couple of cocktails together, that's for sure. Rasivula, LaBouffe?
You know, we start to believe in that it's Sally Briar's one. So can you imagine Sally Briar's one day will be an owner of it?
Yep, one of these days, Miss Briar's might use them English again, might acquire the leasehold and take over that bar, and it may become a better bar, you never know. Now, there you go, very, very famous takeaway on the Bar Street, and there is one of our superstar suppliers in there. Across the road, by the way, is the Boogie Woogie Woogie karaoke bar, and there is the Bubbles Cocktail and Music Bar. And then across the road to that is Notorious for being a very, very popular and a very, very famous bar. And guess what? They're now knocking 7 bells out of that place next door to it, and that one is going to become Notorious 2. So, double the fun. Let's see if you've got a booth.
Can you imagine the people who live up there
Well,
whole night through? How are they going to live with such a noise?
well, you'll find that a lot of people who live above these bars or to the rear of the bars do actually work on Bar Street or have some connection to Bar Street, so perhaps it doesn't bother them that much. But now, that's the good part of Bar Street. Now we're coming to, we say, wow, the not so good part of Bar Street. Now, Bar Street has gone through some very, very difficult times and some very, very challenging times. And on top of all that, there's been a huge decline in tourism. On top of all that, COVID-19, more decline in tourism. And on top of all that, the government in Cyprus, as in many countries, has decided to clamp down on, shall we say, drunkenness and disorderly, that sort of stuff. So what's happened to the top end of Bar Street is, well, not very good. And to be honest, that's not the worst bit of Bar Street. The worst bit of Bar Street is yet to come. Two smashed up, battered buildings that a few years back were hustling and bustling, but luckily that one has been acquired by a developer, and that one's going to be refurbished over the next year to 18 months. So in around about 2025, 2.5, 3 years from now, that one is going to reopen, and it's going to be an upmarket bistro, bar, fun bar, nightclub, so we're told, with luxury apartments above. So that'll be very, very nice indeed. These bars over here, well, that one is currently closed. No one knows what's going on with that one. And then that one is called The Station, am I correct, when it's translated from Greek? And that one is open. On a Friday as tonight, it's quite busy. Now, if anyone remembers the former Lineker's bar, which closed down, I don't know, 2012, 2013, that's it. So that was the bar owned by Wayne Lineker, or the franchise Wayne Lineker, which of course is the brother of Gary Lineker. In each day, it was a very, very nice bar. Unfortunately now, it's not quite so nice. Across the road, if you want to learn how to, well, knock 7 bells out of someone, that's where you would go. Book yourself onto one of their courses, and they will teach you a little bit of the old kung fu-y. There you go. There's the great man himself. He'll teach you how to sort someone out, that's for sure. And next door to it is Theo's Takeaway. Now, we have been told a couple of months back that Theo's Takeaway, which was a very good takeaway, by the way, and I have eaten there, is going to reopen. Not Theo's going to open it, but that takeaway, which was Theo's, is going to reopen. And then across the road here, well, I'm sure you can see there's a skip outside, there's some scaffolding, and I'm sure you can see that, well, someone's knocking 7 bells out of the place. They are ripping the guts out of this place. Which means that someone has acquired the lease, like we told you a couple of months ago, and it means that somebody is going to refurbish it and reopen this rear bar, which actually goes all the way through to the main Pasidonius Avenue, which is the road that links the hotels to the harbour area. I'll follow you on LaBouffe rear end, LaBouffe. You wiggle your way through.
You can go, no entrance, because through that you can go to the other.
Okay, but they don't want you to go through, so we won't go through. So this here is the rear to what is commonly known as the Ness Bar, which my understanding is it's one of the oldest cafe, bars, restaurants in the whole of the Paphos area. It's certainly been there since I got here, and many people told me it's been there since, well, certainly the 90s or so. And then across the road, you've got what's just open, which is the Marion Restaurant. There we go. So that one has been fully refurbished, and it has now fully opened, and it's been open now for about a month or so. We've not actually eaten in it yet, but the gentleman that we met that owns it said that we were welcome to come down, and he said he'd give us a discount. But anyway, we have a lot of places to go and eat. We're invited to a lot of places, so it takes us a lot of time to get around to all of these places. Now, this place here, again, is another closed down restaurant bar, which has been taken over, and it is slowly being refurbished. So the little cat on the end that's cleaning its tackle, he's going to have a new owner and someone to snooze him, that's for sure. Receive it a booth?
The weather today is a little bit strange.
Don't upset the punters, the booth.
Today,
The weather is absolutely beautiful in Cyprus.
Have you seen that tree, by the way?
That tree. It is quite a nice tree. Yeah, it is a very nice tree indeed. Look at that. Very, very nice. So on a nice sunny day like today, that's where you would go and gather a bit of shade. And as we work to the top of Bar Street, we have a rental car rental company, jeeps, buggies, quad bikes, scooters, that sort of thing. And then the final place on Bar Street that is remaining is a very, very popular bar that's called the Keg and Barrel. I'm going to cross the road so that we can actually scan across, because it's quite a big bar, and then you're going to be able to see it in its entirety. So there it is. That is the Keg and Barrel, which is possibly the most popular British themed bar on the Bar Street area. And then at the top of Bar Street we come to a very, very popular restaurant, and it's famous for one thing, but it's famous for something that British people really, really like, and that is fish and chips. And there it is. Look at that. That is TJ's Fish and Chips, and it does fish and chips dine in, and it does fish and chips take away. And there's the young ladies all waving to us. The boss is in the background. So if you want fish and chips, that's the best place to come. And just so you know where it is, you've got the Almera Hotel just over there. So that is the main road that joins down to the harbour area. And when you get to the Almera Hotel, if you turn up, that is the area you're going to see. And on your right hand side, you will see TJ's Fish and Chips. And if you go to the left, you will go down Bar Street. So if you want fish and chips, don't forget to go over there, because that's the best place for fish and chips. Right, watching Receiving a Booth, let's get down to the plage, because we understand that people really, really like to see the plage. Now, for a difference, instead of walking all the way around all the different pathways, I've got a new idea, Miss watching Receiving a Booth. That's it. We're going to go straight through the foyer of the Almera Hotel. 5-star luxury hotel. Miss watching Receiving a Booth and me straight through. I'll follow your rear end, LaBooth. Off you go.
This video will be damaged because of your idea. I'll have a word with you.
Right, come on, LaBooth. Let's get through. So here we go. So far, no one has told us they're going to stay in this hotel, so we've decided to do our own little hit and run, and we're going to go straight through it. Wow, it's a nice hotel, LaBooth. Look at that. Very, very nice indeed. Right, let's get straight through the main foyer and straight out down to the plage. Here we go. Look at that. Now that's what you call luxury, that's for sure. So if you're looking for a nice hotel to go and stay in, that's what you want. The luxury 5-star Almera Hotel, right on the Kato Paphos plage. Look at that. Wow. Look at that. Look at that. Wow. So that is the kitchen. Oof. Yeah, we'll have one of them on the way out the booth. They won't miss one. What about this bigger one over here?
Oh, the bigger one is
yeah, they won't miss that one, will they? Hmm? That's nice. Quite like that. Yeah. Right, we'll come back to that one later. Right, come on, booth.
It's a very old one.
It's quite old, yes. Can we get out? Maybe not. Maybe we can. There we go. Hey, you alright? Look at that. Wow. Now we know what 5-star is, eh, booth? That's luxury. That's luxury.
Nobody said us.
Right, come on, booth. Let's get out. The security still have not... Well, we're still in their sights, should we say. There's always security around the hotels at the moment because of this COVID-19 thing. And, of course, people like us invading 5-star hotels. Anyway, let's get out to the plage, booth, and see the blueness and the spectacality of that blue sea. And then we'll reboot and come back in another video in a couple of hours' time. Look at that. Wow. Now that's what you call a swimming pool. Absolutely beautiful. Now I must say I like these sun lounges, LaBooth. Yeah. That takes sun lounges to a new level.
Yeah,
Look at that. Wow. Is it good?
Now you can go along.
I'll go. Right, cool. We'll get down to the plage before the manager or the security catch up with us and shut us down. Was it nice?
Very nice.
Yes, very nice indeed.
It was full sponged.
Full sponged. You mean it was very comfortable? Right, let's get down to the blue Mediterranean Sea and we'll have a very, very good goodbye in the massaging receiver booth. Wait for it, here it comes. Look at that. Receiver booth.
Wow, it was lovely. I totally enjoyed the trip, our walk, our jokes. Whatever we've done, it was great, I believe. My Mr. Paul and me, heroes. Joking. We're loving you. Thank you so much for watching us. Bye.
All that's left for me to say is thanks for watching, and if you do like what you see, please hit the like and come back for a little bit more of our madness. We're going to finish by showing you possibly the greatest water sports centre on the whole of Kato Paphos Promenade. There it is. That's the Paphos Water Sports and Boat Trips operation. So if you want to hire a jet ski, you want to go parasailing, you want to go on a paddle board, anything you can think of to do with water sports, that's the place to go. I'm just going to go close up on the sign so there's no misunderstanding. There it is. Paphos Water Sports and Boat Trips. It's a party, and I'm pretty sure it is because we've done quite a few of their things now and we really liked it. See you in the booth.